Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm getting into a few items that I've added with my budget. Some were on the wish list, some were not, some are new, and some are thrifted. So I can't wait to show you what's new in my wardrobe. Let's get into it. I do want to start with a few items that were on the wish list. I added a gray blazer to my wish list. I really wanted a plain gray blazer. I don't have one in my closet. It's a great neutral. I know it's a classic. It's gonna withstand the test of time. So I did add this from Old Navy. I am going to be doing an upcoming video to follow up with this one, showing how I'm gonna style these items. For the sake of today, I just wanted to show you what I added. I'll also get into the details of the budget, what was spent, how much everything cost when I do my budget update. If you'd like to follow along with some of my prior budget updates, I'll go ahead and link those in the description box. It has the slit in the back. It doesn't have any details. It's very plain, very streamlined, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a plain gray blazer that will mix and match, go with lots of different things. I can see me pairing this. I have a gray and black plaid skirt that I know will go really nicely with this. It's gonna be a great item for the fall, winter months. During the fall time, I love to just wear a blazer as a jacket. It's the perfect layer, not too heavy, not too light. As I've said before, blazers for me in the fall are the Goldilocks of jackets. The next item is this chartreusey green. It's not quite maxi, but it's not quite midi. But at any rate, I talked about this dress, and I didn't have this dress on the wish list, but I did want it at one point in time. Every time I went in Walmart, this is the Free Assembly brand. It has a tie that ties in the neck here, these loose sleeves, so you could layer a top underneath this if you wanted to. Has the smocked waist with the tie detail so you can cinch it up. You could also add a belt over this, or you could throw a sweater over the top. So many different ways that I can style this up. It has pockets. We always love a dress that has pockets. I wanted this dress for months and months. I really love green. I have a lot of green in my wardrobe, and I knew I could pair this with so many other things in my closet. It was just way too much money. It was $36. I did not want to spend that at the time. It didn't seem like it was worth my budget, and I knew if I was patient and I waited, the price would go down. I could get it on clearance, as I believe I said in my last budget update for July and August. I ended up getting this dress on clearance for $10. Such a great find. I was so excited. Sometimes being patient and just waiting it out, it's worth it, especially if it's something that you really like, that you're really drawn to, and you know that you will love in your closet. I know it's a really bright color, but I love color. I'm not afraid to wear color, and it's really nice material. It's just a really weighty fabric. It is 100% cotton as well, which was one of my rules and one of my goals, not necessarily a rule, but a goal that I set going into this year was I wanted to be more mindful and purchase quality over quantity. And so being able to find 100% cotton dress, I mean, I can't believe how great this fabric feels. I'm really excited to have added this to my wardrobe for such a great price. It is something that I can wear in the summer, in the spring, and also well into the fall, even in the winter with a sweater and some boots. I think it's going to serve me really well in my wardrobe. The next wish list item, I styled some brown. I did a video styling all of the brown items. I was really just feeling my brown oats, and I wanted to look at all of the brown items I had in my closet. And at that time, a wardrobe gap was able to show itself. I did not own a brown belt. I added this thin brown belt. I wanted a thin one. I want it to be able to fit all of my items. I have a skirt that has really thin loops, so I wanted it to be able to fit through those. So that's why I opted for a thin brown belt instead of a thick one. It has a gold buckle. It was very inexpensive. It is getting its use. I've worn this 3 or 4 times already since I've had it. Really like this, and it is serving me well. It was on the wish list. A not wish list item. These faux leather pants. I love a faux leather moment. I have a lot of faux leather in my closet, but this color, it took my breath away. I thought it was so gorgeous. The pleats, was really drawn to the pleats, the high waist. It's a very high waist line, which is a go-to for me. This is a silhouette that I reach for very often in my wardrobe. The high-waisted wide leg pants are part of my outfit formulas that I repeat and wear day after day to the office. They have a built-in cuff at the bottom. It cannot be undone. So it's not rolled, it is cuffed, which I really like that detail as well. These were kind of an impulse purchase, but I do really love them. And I have styled these up. They go perfectly with a belt that I have that I had never even worn. Seeing these made me grab that belt. There is one drawback to these pants. They do have a diagonal cut here, and the fabric is cut diagonal instead of straight up and down, which I thought was a little bit odd, but it also is a style detail that I do like. If I gain any weight, these are going to be a no-go, because if I get even the slightest bit of a belly, this pooches out and it pops out in a unflattering way and it doesn't look great. But I am glad I added them. They're a fun new item for fall. I already have a dusty blue blazer that I know will pair really nicely with them. I have a plaid blazer that I did already wear with these once already. They're getting their use, which for me, the proof's in the pudding. I'm wearing them, I'm styling them, and I'm super excited. I have lots of this color in my wardrobe, and I do really love the way that this color goes with the new hairdo. That's another thing I've been experimenting with and trying to figure out what colors look best with the reddish purpley burgundy hair color that I have going on, and this dusty blue is one that I feel looks really nice. One more wish list item. I had a pair of brown denim on my wish list. I have wanted some brown jeans for a couple of months. I added them onto the wish list. I've been looking. I looked on Old Navy. I looked at a couple of different sites. I looked on Amazon, and I actually ordered a pair from Amazon, and they came and they were the most horrible quality fabric. They felt like a tablecloth, not like denim at all. They didn't look like the photo. The brown, they were a denim acid wash type brown color. The photo looked completely different from how they actually looked when they came. They had an elastic waist in the back, which I normally like, but not necessarily with denim. They just looked really ill-fitting. They were not well made. They were, I believe, $45. Hated them, returned them, and sent them back. In the meantime, after I sent those back, I found these. I was in Walmart one day grabbing a few groceries. I wandered by the rack, and there was this one lowly pair of brown barrel leg denim. They are the Time and True brand. These are a size 10. I'm glad I got a size 10. Typically in the Time and True brand, I'm either a 6 or an 8, but I wanted them to be roomy, comfortable, a little oversized, and I wanted to take into account that if I washed them, they weren't going to shrink and affect the size of the pants. So I was so glad that I saw they were a 10. I love the barrel silhouette. I really struggle with finding denim that I really love. Denim is my hardest thing to shop for. I don't feel like I look great in it. I have a very flat rear end. I do not have a rear end like a dump truck. It's just not the way I was built. I'm working on it, but because of that, I don't love the way that I look in denim. And I absolutely am crazy over the way that the barrel silhouette fits on me. I love the way it looks. These are a great length. You can wear them with boots. In fact, I just wore these out the other night on a date night with my husband with a really low cut bodysuit and some pointed toe booties and my brown belt. Super great outfit. You can dress them up, you can dress them down. I've already washed them. I don't dry my jeans ever. I always hang them to dry. and wash them in cold water. So they've washed well. Like I said, I looked all over in the store because I wanted to see if there were other sizes available, but I couldn't find them. I think this was the last pair that they had, and I was so glad to have picked these up. They were on the wish list, and they are definitely proving to be very useful. I've worn them so far 3 times already, and I haven't had them that long. These are proving to be an item that I added that is taking its place. It's owning its real estate. It is deserving. I know I'm going to wear them a lot more in the upcoming months. For the rest of what's left, these were items that I added on a shopping trip with my daughters. I went down to visit my oldest and see my grandbabies, and I asked my daughter, I said, you know, I really want to go thrifting. I've never been a huge thrifter. I've thrifted occasionally here and there. I've donated a lot of things to thrift shops, but I myself have never been an avid thrifter. And I watch so much content on YouTube. It's really having a resurgence right now where thrifting is the thing. Thrifting is just, it's cool. It's better than buying brand new. And it's obviously a lot more sustainable, which is something that I am trying to be mindful of, and I'm wanting to be better about that. If there is something that I'd like to add to my wardrobe and I could get it secondhand, I think that's amazing, and that would be my preference. Let's get into the thrifted items. This was the first thing I found, and I'm pretty sure I have a video talking about trends saying that I would not subscribe to the bubble hem trend. That's turned out to be false. I saw this skirt. It is a maxi skirt with the bubble hem at the bottom. I have already styled this up. I love green. I have a lot of green in my closet, and I do feel it is a color that I really like, and I look really nice in green. When I saw this skirt, I was over the moon excited. I really love the waist detail, how it has the thick waistband here with the puckers. It also has an elastic waistband, so it's stretchy, which is always a plus. You know I love an elastic if it looks elevated, which I think this does because the elastic only shows in the back of the skirt. The day I wore this, I paired it with a bodysuit. I'll put an image up. And I did a monochrome look. It was so cute, super out of my comfort zone. I normally don't pair different shades of warm, cool. It's not something that I typically do. When I do a monochrome look, I try to keep it all almost exactly the same color or slight variations of that color. I ended up loving how it turned out. I grabbed this skirt. I did Google. That was one of the funnest things about thrifting, was coming home with your finds after deciding on your purchases, coming home and Googling, looking at the brand name or the type of skirt that it is and finding, what does this go for? Now, this one wasn't super expensive. I did actually find a skirt very similar to this on Walmart's website for around $15 new. I thought for me to be able to try out a new trend with the bubble hem, I do have one other dress that has the bubble hem, but it's shorter, kind of a different, even though it is a bubble hem, it's just different. It has a different silhouette. It is going to go with lots of different things aside from what this skirt will be paired with. And I can wear this so many different ways. I cannot wait. I love long maxi skirts in the fall winter time because you can put boots underneath. The other day when I wore it, I just paired it with some Mary Janes because it was still fairly warm. It's really starting to cool down quickly here though. We're getting into the 60, 70 degree days, which we've been in the 80s for quite some time. I added this skirt. I'm absolutely obsessed. I cannot wait to continue wearing this. It is a trend, but I think it is going to be something that even when bubble skirts and bubble hems aren't cool, I like it well enough and I love the color, the fit, and the silhouette. I'm still gonna wear this. I do love to be on trend, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to buy into trends if I feel they're gonna date really quickly and that in a couple of years' time, you're going to look and say, oh, that's so 2016, or oh, that's so 2023. I don't want to do that. I do like to feel current, stay on top of what the trends are, but I don't like to add them to my closet unless I know that I'm going to wear it for years and years. These are also the types of things that I like to wear when it's that time of the month. You don't want anything super tight or fitted. I like to wear a lot of loosey, flowy skirts and dresses during that time when you're bloated, and I don't usually opt for pants when it's that time of the month. I will almost always go for skirts and dresses. I'll still be able to feel put together, comfortable, nothing too tight on my belly. It was a happy day in the skirt section at the thrift store. I can't remember if we were in Provo or Orem when we were thrifting, but my daughter chose a store there. This was another one that just caught my eye. I love maxi skirts, and I don't have a ton of maxi. I have a lot of midi, but I don't have a lot of maxi skirts. I have a couple of white ones, which I know you can wear in the fall, winter months, but it just is really rainy and yucky. White skirts are not the thing to wear where I live during the months when it's rainy and yucky. I don't want to ruin them, and that's exactly what would happen. So I do like the darker colors. This skirt is a combination of navy blue and a little bit lighter blue plaid. It has the tie waist detail, the elastic waist detail, which is always a plus, as mentioned. It has these really interesting, the silhouette of how the fabric is sewn. It has these pieces on the side, on each side of it, that are added just to give a little bit of extra volume and drama to the skirt, which I really love. I think it's super flattering when you have a maxi skirt and it just feels really hefty, and there's a bunch of fabric, lots of fabric hanging and swinging, the movement, the way they move. It's just a-okay in my book. So I thought this was such a fun addition. I tried it on, loved it. It fits great. This is a size medium. I did come home and I Googled this skirt, and it does have lining. It's a lined skirt, which is also nice. I found this on Amazon for over $50. I believe it was $49.99 or $49.95 on Amazon. I thrifted this for such a great price. If you want to find out what I paid for all of these, you'll have to stay tuned in my next budget update, and I'll be sharing all of those deets with you in that video. Plaid for fall, it's a definite must-have. I do have a really cute fuzzy short-sleeved navy sweater that I plan to style this with. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw this. And I also have some really cute denim booties that have black lace coming up the front. I don't wear them a ton because the heel is a little bit higher than what I prefer these days. I would absolutely grab these to go with this skirt because I think they would complement. The other reason I don't wear those booties too much is because they come about midway up on my leg. They're not knee length, but they're not ankle length. They're kind of that awkward height in the middle that just cuts your leg off at a really weird place. This would be a great item to wear those boots with because you wouldn't see that awkward length of where the boot stops on my leg. A definite can't wait to style in the upcoming months. Again, one of those super flowy, lots of fabric, skirts that you can wear. You could pair this. I love blue and black together as well. I think this would look really great with just a black bodysuit or a black sweater or even a black t-shirt. You could do so many different things with this. I can't wait. And I do like that tie waist, so you can cinch that up a little bit as well. You could put a belt over it. Possibilities, possibilities. I've already worn these, and I came home the other day and my husband said, wow, those pants are something. And I laughed and I said, you don't like my pants? And he said, I didn't say I didn't like them. I just said they're really something. I love a loud, different, quirky, weird printed pant or skirt. When I saw these pants on the rack, I about lost my mind. I was so excited. I couldn't wait to try them on. And they are a perfect fit. They are a size 8. And I do have a couple of bodysuits from this brand. It's the House of Harlow 1960. They are polyester, but when I tried them on, they feel so nice. They didn't get those marks on my legs that you can get when they crease and you're sitting for a really long time. I love the way that they wore. I want to give you a close-up. They have birds on them. They are so interesting. The thing that drew me to these pants, initially in the store, I thought they were navy, and now that I've gotten them home and paired them up against other items in my closet, they are definitely black. The jewel tones in these pants, there's the really hot pink, the rusty orangey color, the little bit of yellowish that's on the beak of the birds, and then that really pretty turquoise teal color. I wore these with my turquoise cowboy boots and a hot pink blouse and then a turquoise belt. Oh, it was such a fun outfit. It's not your average outfit for fall. Again, I love opting for that color when I can, but I am a sucker for jewel tones. They're the perfect length. I do have to wear a little bit of a heel when I wear these, otherwise they'll drag on the ground. Like I said, I just paired them with a cowboy boot. Heel height about like that is all I need. I think I might already have these planned to wear for Thanksgiving because they have birds on them. It just seemed fitting. The shiny, they just look elevated even though they're really interesting and fun, and they were unlike anything I've ever seen before, so I had to grab these and add these to my closet. This guy was not on the wish list, nor were the skirts or the faux silk pants. However, I've had a mustard moto jacket on my wish list in my Amazon for years, and I just couldn't find the right one. None of them felt right. The one that I had in my Amazon was from Levi's, and I already have 2. I have a lavender and I have a peacock blue. So I didn't want to get another one of that exact jacket because it just felt too redundant. I wanted something a little different, but I wasn't sure, hadn't pulled the trigger, and I am so glad I didn't because I saw this hanging on the rack. This was another one. I came home, I Googled it. This is from Nasty Gal. Faux suede moto jacket with the little vent detail in the back. I cannot zip this up, which I'm fine with because all of my other moto jackets are really on the oversized end of things, and this one is really fitted, will be great to wear with just a little t-shirt or a bodysuit underneath. I wouldn't be able to layer this over a chunky knit. It would be too tight, too bulky. I really loved it. Again, this is from Nasty Gal. I came home and I Googled this jacket secondhand on Poshmark. There were 2 different listings on Poshmark. One was $110 and one was $200 for this exact jacket. I have purchased items from Nasty Gal before. I do have magenta fringe jacket that I got for my birthday many years ago. Really excellent quality, hefty, weighty. I mean, the weight of this jacket, it's just unbelievable. The minute that I picked it up, you know how when you just pick something up and you feel it, you can tell the quality's there. I love the silver details on this, the silver buttons, accents, and it is in pristine condition. There is a teeny, maybe a teensy bit of wear around the edge of the sleeves, but other than that, this thing is like brand new. I was so excited to have found this, and then I got it with these, and I thought, I mean, get out of town. How cute would that be paired with these pants with just a black bodysuit underneath and some black booties? Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. This was probably, between the pants and the jacket, the mother lode find of the trip with the thrifting adventure. I tried on several other items. This is a small, by the way, which I think a medium probably would have been ideal where I needed to be. But I just want to show you this jacket. It fits like a glove. I don't want to button it up or zip it up. If you just add it as a layer, I mean, Oh, it's so good. I couldn't pass it up. I just couldn't. And this is exactly how I would wear it and want it to fit. I don't ever button or zip my moto jackets up that I have currently, and they do feel really oversized and big. It was a nice addition to add something so fitted to the jacket selection in my closet. Over the moon. Find of the century for me. It was thrifting on an all-time high when I found this jacket. Cannot wait to wear this. It is so fun. It's warm, and the color is just, it's something that I've wanted for a really long time and didn't have on my wish list, but I'm so glad I didn't buy one because this one was such a great price. I had to just jump in here. I know when I edit this, I'm going to want to share this with you. When I got this jacket, I talked about when I picked it up, how amazingly hefty and great quality it felt. I thought it was faux suede. I just looked at the label. It is 100% leather jacket. The lining is polyester, but the outside of it, it is 100% leather. I am so excited to have been able to get this gorgeous jacket for such an amazing price. What a super fun find. I went to lunch. I just wore it today. And when I put it on, my husband commented and said, "Holy cow, that looks like a super nice jacket. Where did you get that?" And so it just made me, I should have looked before, but I didn't even think to look. It was on my brain. I didn't have my glasses on when I was in the store when I was shopping, so I couldn't see the fabric content. But anyway, really fun find. Had to give a quick little FYI because I know initially in my description I said that this was faux suede, and it is not. Last item for the thrifting. This shop had so many name brand things. There were Lululemon items, Nike items. They had such a good variety of kind of lower end things, but higher range things as well. They had lots of Adidas and Nike sneakers and Timberland, all sorts of higher end items. There were a pair of Adidas Sambas I desperately wanted. They were the lilac, really light purple color, and they had the emerald green stripes on the side. They were so cute. They were a 5.5. I do think they would have fit, but they were $60 used. And I just thought for used shoes, that just seemed a little high to me. And they weren't in pristine condition. If they were in pristine condition, maybe 60. But I passed on those. I didn't get them. They were really cute and fun, but I didn't think that they would give me the versatility. They're very specific with, I think, the things I would have paired them with and outfits I would have been able to make. A little bit more limiting. But these, I found these faux suede Converse with the rose gold accents. Oh my goodness. I thought these with my gray blazer and a pair of jeans, a pair of gray or faded black jeans. Oh, that will be such a cute outfit. I've already worn these. They're very comfortable. They're a size 6. Again, they are Converse. I've never seen faux suede Converse before. So when I saw these and they were in such great shape, they don't have a single mark on them. The little Converse label there on the side of each shoe. A great addition to my sneaker selection. And I'm a sucker for faux suede. They were such a great price. That's what I have for you today. That is what is new in my closet. Some wish list items checked off. Some super fun finds that I wasn't expecting, but that was the fun of thrifting. That was the funnest part of being in that thrift store. You did not know what you were going to find. They had such a great variety and selection. It was very well organized. That was another thing that I think discourages me a little bit from thrifting and why I haven't been an avid thrifter in the past. This store was so well organized. It was all by size, all by color, all by type of clothing, easy to navigate and find your size, find things that will work for you. Bought a pair of pants for my daughter. I bought a top for my other daughter. It was a really fun day. The kids had a ball, we had a ball, and it was one of my best thrifting experiences of all time. Can't wait to do it again. And for those of you who are new, if you're still here to the end of the video, thank you so much for sticking it out with me. I appreciate you spending a few minutes with me. I'm going to create a video showing you some outfits that I've put together with these fabulous new finds. Thanks again for watching. I hope I'll see you again soon. Remember, don't forget to be kind, friends. It's free. Bye for now.